Yes guys, good morning to all. This morning I'm here at Independence Square in Bridgetown. Once again, I'm in Bridgetown, which is the country's capital. First of all, this is the National Library Service here, which was once Modern Living appliance store. That's the National Library Service here. After it vacated the old library service building in 2005, it moved into this building here. So this is Bridgetown, this is Independence Square in Bridgetown. National Library Service building, which was once a Modern Living appliance store. And this is Dare's bookstore here at Speedbird House. Going places travel is also in there, as well as sports and games, which sells sports attire and sports gear. So this is Independence Square. Independence Square was once a car park years ago, but now it is a place where it was converted into a park where persons can sit down and enjoy the sights and the sound of the city. This is the statue of our first Prime Minister, father of independence and national hero, the Right Excellent Walton Barrow, who led us into independence on the 30th of November 1966. And he was the one who introduced free education to all the schools in Barbados. So this is looking back to the Granville Williams bus terminal, which was once the Fairchild Street bus terminal. We named the Granville Williams bus terminal in 2022, named after former spiritual Baptist leader Granville Williams, who was born in Barbados but lived in Trinidad for a while, and then he moved back to Barbados. And he used to hold a lot of meetings and preach by the back of the bus terminal. So this is wharf here, known as the Corinage. And this is Independence Square, looking at the statue of Barrow. And this was a fountain that is in the shape of Barbados, the map of Barbados, the Barbados flag. And this is the Corinage here, known as the wharf. And you can see the Central Bank of Barbados. So a lot of homeless people also live in Independence Square as well. So Independence Square was a car park. Now it is a park where persons can sit and relax and enjoy the sights and sounds of the city. This is the water fountain here. This is the former Manning's appliance store, which later became the Costa Manning's appliance and furniture store, and then it was Massey Stores. And then in May 2022, the building was closed. Massey moved out of here. So this is Independence Square here, the fountain at Independence Square here in Bridgetown, which was this fountain was opened on the 21st of January 2007, which is the birth date of our first Prime Minister, father of independence, a national hero, the Right Excellent Walton Barrow, the coat of arms here for Barbados, Independence Square. So this is Massey Stores, former the Costa Manning's appliance store, then it went to massive stores. And behind here is Cables Lane, which will lead you back to the back of the wharf.
Yeah, I feel hungry. Things so expensive.
So this is the Independence Arch here in town. This is the Chamberlain Lift Bridge. This is the bridge house here, which has a number of waterfront restaurants. That's good. All over here is the Corinage. And this is the Chamberlain Lift Bridge that used to swing years ago. It was a swing bridge. Now it lifts to let large vessels across the sea. And this is all the ships here in the Corinage. So this is all the Corinage here, known as the wharf. And the bridge house here, which has a number of waterfront restaurants. Looking back at the Independence Arch and the cost of this building. This Independence Arch was constructed here in 1987. Now this bridge used to swing years ago, but now it lifts to let large vessels across the sea. This bridge was refurbished in between 2005 and 2006 when Dame Billy Miller was a member of parliament for the city. This is Bridgetown, which is Barbados' capital. Bridgetown is the capital of Barbados. And this is the Trafalgar Square taxi stand. And this is the Barbados Revenue Authority building. And the Bridge Street Mall here. This was once Julien's to the market. Then it later renamed the market. Now it is the Bridge Street Mall. This is the taxi stand here for Trafalgar Square. Independence Square. And this is the Wharf Road down here. So this is the taxi stand here. This is the cenotaph here, in which persons lay a wreath on Remembrance Day for those who fought in World War I and II. Every Remembrance Day, this is the cenotaph. And this is the Barbados Revenue Authority building here, known as the Treasury building. And this is the fountain that was erected by public subscription to commemorate the bringing of pipe water into the city of Bridgetown on March 29, 1861, opened by the acting governor, Robert Miller Mundy, Esquire, on the 27th of July, 1865, who accepted custody of this fountain on behalf of the government of Barbados. So this is the fountain here in town. And again, this is the Parliament buildings over here, which is the third oldest Parliament in the Western Hemisphere. And this is the cenotaph, in which is commemorating those who fought in World War I and II. These are the names who perished in the Second World War. So this section here can be known as National Hero Square or Trafalgar Square, looking back at Chamberlain Place. This is Chamberlain Place here, where Chefette Restaurant is now. You can get a good view down to the wharf. Chamberlain Place is where Chafet restaurant is, and this Manning's was also in here for many years, many decades. Manning's appliance and furniture store was in here. Their main brand was Phillips, and then the cost of Manning's moved in there as well for a little while, and then afterwards it was Total Sport with a clothing store that sells clothes and shoes, but that didn't last too long. And then Chafet moved there in 2001, which it still is today. The names of those who perished in World War I from 1914 to 1918. With the Treasury building in the background and the fountain here. And this is the Parliament building, which is the third oldest parliament in the Western Hemisphere. This is all the taxi stands. So as I said before, this little area can be referred to as Hero Square or Trafalgar Square. See it on. That's this. Going back to the Chamberlain Lift Bridge. The bridge that used to swing years ago. And the Independence Arch. So this is Bridgetown Barbados, which is our country's capital. And the cenotaph again. And the Barbados Revenue Authority building. Parliament buildings here, third oldest parliament in the Western Hemisphere. We come back up to Bridge Street in Bridgetown.
No, don't be so many.
This is Trafalgar Square here. This is the top of Broad Street. This is the Treasury building here, known as the Barbados Revenue Authority building. And this is the Wicket Street here, where Flanders Pharmacy is. And this is all the side of the Treasury building. So this is back at the taxi stand. So this is now top of Ford Square. Now it is a $2 plus mega store. The wine store and the Bridgetown Mall here. So this is the Bridgetown Mall here, where Tanny's shoe store was. Back down to Bridge Street and the Barbados Revenue Authority building.
She really a piece of gold.
But Spice Supermarket used to be in here years ago. So this is St. Michael's Road now. This is First Street here in Bridgetown. So this is St. Michael's Road. So named because of the St. Michael's Cathedral. This is St. Michael's Road here in town. St. Michael's Road. This is St. Michael's Cathedral here. The head Anglican Church in Barbados. St. Michael's and Our Angels Cathedral. This is the south gate here, looking towards St. Michael's Road. And this is St. Michael's Cathedral Cemetery here. This is inside the cathedral. Again. And this is the organ here. I was played by many great organists, such as the first three, the last three would be Gerald Hudson, John Fletcher, and then John Bryan, who is the current organist. This is the Lady Chapel here, and you can see the bishop's stall where the bishop sits. And all the bishop ordination services is usually be held in here. The Lady Chapel was installed in 1938. Gerald Hudson, organist of St. Michael's Cathedral from 1921 to 1974, organist emeritus 1974 to 1976, died January 15, 1975. This tablet is erected in his memory by his ever thankful choristers. This is the largest pipe organ in not only in Barbados but in the Americas on the whole, in the Caribbean. So all under our feet are tombs as well. Let's go inside the cathedral. And you can see lovely pipes upstairs for the organ. St. Michael's Cathedral, dedicated in 1665. And a brief history of the church here. And this is inside of the church here. And this is the Central Bank of Barbados right here. One of the Tom Allen's Financial Center. Oh, before I close, I'll show you the grave of one of our prime ministers. is Sir Grantley Adams' tomb here, who was the Premier of Barbados and Prime Minister of the West Indies, and he was also the founder of the Barbados Labour Party. He's also a national hero, and he was the father of our second Prime Minister, Tom Adams. That's good. All is St. Michael's Cathedral in the Central Bank of Barbados. Over here. Tom Adams' grave. Who was the Prime Minister? He was the son of Grantley Adams, Tom Adams. He was the Prime Minister of Barbados from 1976 to 1985, and he was also the creator and inventor of the ABC and Spring Garden Highway, which was his plan in the 80s, which was his project in the 80s. He lived to see the highway, the Spring Garden Highway completed, but he did not live to see the ABC Highway completed. He died 4 years before the ABC Highway was completed. Tom Adams died in 1985, and the highway was completed by 1989. Central Bank of Barbados was also his plan in the 70s, but it didn't come through until the 80s. The Central Bank started to build sometime in the 1980s. St. Michael's and Our Angels Cathedral. This is St. Michael's Cathedral. This is the north gate, the western gate, sorry. And this is the Central Bank of Barbados here, best referred to as the Tom Adams Financial Center. A brief history of the cathedral again. So this is St. Michael's Cathedral. Here. Lodge, which was once Harrison's College. It was Harrison's Free School. This was the site of Harrison's College, which was established in 1733. Harrison's College was in there first, and then it moved to, then Masonic Lodge moved in there, and now it is Central Bank property. So the Masonic Lodge was also in here. To the Vagrant. The Vagrant is a homeless society. This is quite a street here where there's another taxi stand as well, and a popular discount supermarket is right here as well. And this is Airman Alley here, so-called Airman Alley because during slavery the slaves could not go inside the cathedral. So when the priest was finished preaching, the slaves used to say Amen. That's how the name Airman Alley came about. This is again the former Harrison's College School, which later became the Masonic Lodge, and now is the property of the Central Bank, known as a place of mystery and discovery, exchange, a place of mystery and discovery. St. Michael's Cathedral in the background, and the Tom Adams Financial Center, which is known as the Central Bank. estate. First Street in Bridgetown. First Street again.
She was worried, her mind was gone.
So this is not First Street now, approaching Robert Street. This is the ending of First Street now, approaching Robert Street. So this is Upper Robert Street here. The bottom of First Street with the Central Bank of Barbados. So this is Lower Robert Street now. And this is Robert Street. Straight ahead leading into Swan Street. This is the second busiest street in the city. And this will be taken by the Palmetto Street and back to the Parliament buildings. And this way back to the Old Library. So this is Magazine Lane in Bridgetown. And this is Synagogue Lane here where the Jewish synagogue is. This entrance to the synagogue Lane. And this is another car park here. And this is the Jewish synagogue here, which was established in 1654. The Jewish synagogue and the synagogue cemetery and the Nadir Israel Museum next door, which is also a part of the Jewish synagogue. So now approaching the old library. This was the old National Library Service building. Yeah. So this is Pay 4th Street here. That will take you back to the YMCA. And this is the old library, known as the Carnegie building. The Free Library, the old library. So this will be known as Quality Street. Oh, and by the way, this is the old Supreme Court here, which is now the David Simmons and Henry Ford Legal and Judicial Complex, which was recently opened. Let's go. Come back towards Polaris Street. So the old Magistrates Court here. And this is the Central Police Station. So the old Magistrates Court, as I said before, the Henry Ford and David Simmons Legal and Judicial Complex.
In front of me now.
This is the Central Police Station, which is the main police station in Barbados. Central. So this is the corner of James Street and Lucas Street. This is where you by the Synagogue Lane and back to Robert Street. This is James Street here. I will try James Street this morning. I haven't vlogged through James Street before. So I will try James Street this morning. And again, this is the James Street Methodist Church, where one of our heroes, Sarah Gill, was buried. James Street Methodist Church in Bridgetown, where Sarah Ann Gill is buried. Sarah Ann Gill was a heroine of Barbados, and she was the one responsible for religion in Barbados. Come back to James Street. So this is Tudor Street now in Bridgetown. Tudor Street.
Where we currently here? Not one of the four, man. I know
Tudor Street in Bridgetown. The back of it, with the buses just come down and sometimes load. So this is Tudor Street in Bridgetown. This is South Street now in Bridgetown. South Street in Bridgetown. So this is Subtle Street in Bridgetown. this is Sutter Street in Bridgetown. Oh, Sutter Street that will lead you back to Baxter's Road. This is Reed Street here. That's guys, then back to reach Sutter Street. So this is the side now of St. Mary's Church. Known as this street here is known as Hart Street, on the side of City Centre Mall, and St. Mary's Church over here. That's guys. This is Hart Street here, at the site of St. Mary's Church. This is St. Mary's Anglican Episcopal Church here in Bridgetown. And this is the old Jubilee Gardens. Jubilee Gardens, which was the site of the old Lower Green bus stand. The old Lower Green bus stand used to be in here for many years until May 20th, 2003, when they relocated from here over to the other bus stand further down in Prince Alice. Yeah, milk, yeah. And this is the old town hall building here. And the Quartz Appliance store is over here. And this is St. Mary's Church over here in Bridgetown. St. Mary's Church. Maybe we'll come across in Martley's tomb. Tomb of our Prime Minister, her grandfather and grandmother. Ruby Martley is her grandmother, Ernest Dayton Martley is her grandfather. Ernest Dayton Martley was the city father, or known as the mayor of Bridgetown. He used to help poor people in the city by giving them clothes in Queen's Park. He used to be at the town hall when the town hall was over here. This is the old town hall, which is now the Barbados Tourism Investment Inc. And the Government Information Service, all in here. So this is the old town hall building. And the Quartz Appliance store opposite here. And the old Lower Green bus stand over here, which is at Jubilee Gardens now. So technically, so watching now, and have a blessed